All right, it's 4 o'clock on my, oh, it's not 3:59 on mine, but it's 4 o'clock. Oh, it's not 4 o'clock, it's our calendar meeting.
See that confusion that happens?
Close enough. 4 o'clock, call to order. Roll call, shows everybody here except the mayor of St. Cloud. Any additions or correction changes to the agenda?
Yes, I would like to pull items 9, 10, and 14.
All right. Somebody want to move to approve that?
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, approval of agenda, consent agenda, item number 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Motion approved. Second.
Further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Open forum. Cece, did you want to say anything in open forum? I have not given them the letter yet. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that formally at a meeting, so it got on the record. So.
Okay.
And I just got it last week.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't it a week ago?
Right.
Whatever.
He's
So, should I just
Yeah,
state what's in the letter?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if you want to,
I can. You want me to read it
well, I can talk about
or
it.
just summarize it?
Yeah.
This is Cece.
I'm
You're the
the
manager, the
Yeah, I'm the
CEO of the-
executive director and founder of Terebinth Refuge. How many are familiar with Terebinth Refuge? So we are the shelter and transitional home for sex trafficked and exploited women, and pretty new. I mean, we opened our doors in 2018, and fortunately we were able to acquire a beautiful home in Waite Park through the city of Waite Park. And now we are excited to say that we've worked with Martin Marietta to be permanently there, and the city's worked with them as well. And what we're really hoping and praying is that right now the bus reaches to Menards, the bus stop. And because the women that we work with, we are teaching them, giving them opportunity to really get their lives together, be healed of a lot of the horrific things they've had to face, but also teaching them independence. So the women that we're working with are doing employment readiness, they're going to school, they're getting therapy. We do a very holistic approach, body, mind, soul, spirit. And really our hope and our prayer is that every woman would be able to eventually move into her own apartment and live a very productive life. We had our first gal in October graduate the program, and she's currently working in radiology as a transcriptionist in St. Cloud and in her own apartment and doing beautifully. So what we are needing is the bus to just move. It's not really a block, it's about a half mile from Menards to the core.
It's from 10th Avenue to 17th Avenue is what it is.
Right.
This house is located almost right by
Right
the
across
amphitheater.
the-
If you know where the amphitheater is, the house is right across the street.
Right. And so what it would afford us is, first, we struggle as a nonprofit to get the women to all of their appointments. We do a lot of in-home, but the women have many kind of doctors and therapy appointments. And then we also are making sure that when they get to a certain point in our program, close to transition, that they've gone through our employment readiness and they get a job, because they need to start working productively and saving money. And so for us to be driving women to their jobs is impossible. So we ask them to figure out how they're going to get to work once they, are making money, they can pay for whatever. We are just so wanting very desperately for that bus just to move another half mile down that road, making a loop either direction, because it does come, to the Menards, which is a little out of reach for us. And that would really free up our programming for the women, and it would make it so much easier for, just the women to really become independent. They would be at a point where they can just get on the bus themselves, and we aren't trying to, we have one vehicle, it's a 4-passenger vehicle, and, it just makes it very difficult to do the good programming we need to do, to not have that availability for the women to eventually get on the bus themselves and get themselves to where they need to go. And so that is my dire hope and prayer, is there can be a change. I recognize that a change is a big change because you have scheduling and all that, but we really see ourselves permanently there for a long time, and I'm hoping to actually expand a little bit as we are able, because right now we do shelter and transition in the same house, and we have capacity for 10, but what we really need is 2 houses. We hope in the future when we can do it, hopefully to work with Martin Marietta maybe to get an additional house in that block and be able to expand, because the need is great, as many of you might know or might not know. There's a huge need for healing for these victims in St. Cloud, Wake Park community. So that's why I'm here today. I don't,
This need came because, in reality, they were supposed to be out of that house December 31st, because we thought we were going to use it, we allowed them to use it for a great program until December 31st, 2019, thinking that we were going to use that house for the amphitheater. We now don't think we need that house. We're in the process of doing a purchase agreement with Martin Marietta, as she said. Martin Marietta is going to buy it, allow them to rent it free.
yay!
They also, and Wake Park let them rent it free.
Yes, they did, very
Uh, Wake Park owns the house right now yet. Martin Marietta is in the process of buying it. That's what kind of instigated this. If we would have kicked them out December 31st, we wouldn't have to worry about that bus route.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Martin Marietta also does own about 2 or 3 other houses right within a block of this one. And they're not opposed, I don't believe, it doesn't sound like it,
I haven't had a
opposed
chance to
to
talk to them.
allowing them to use another house.
Yeah.
So this would be a perfect place for this transition. Here's a letter. It came at a good time. One of your directors, Mark Housley.
Oh, Houseman, our
Mike?
board,
Is it Mike
board
or
chair.
Mark?
Yeah. Mike
Yeah,
Houseman.
he sent me an email and asked me that, so I got in contact with Cece, whatever. I know we're redoing our routes this summer, so I thought this was a good time to,
Yeah.
so this is,
Aren't you
formally,
gonna-
this is a letter that,
Aren't you gonna run out to the amphitheater though? Or-
no, there's not a bus route out there at this time. So
Wouldn't
that
we
may
want-
all be part of
Would
the
they solve all
whole
of
change.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah, just give it to Ryan.
yeah, wouldn't we wanna have a road out there and then they could
Right.
loop in
Right.
there?
I
Yeah, that's
kind
what we're
of
talking
thought
about. So
maybe
it really-
that would be the.
It comes in at a good time. So.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, and we just, the location really is ideal for us because it still affords us some privacy. I know the amphitheater's across the road, but it really won't be a problem. That street there's no parking, there's no nothing on the street and it's just, we have this beautiful backyard.
Yeah,
and
you do.
It's very, very, very private. There's not a lot of, activity. So we are so excited about being there and just hoping that we can get this change in place.
All right, any questions for Cece or anything?
Well, Vice Chair, if I may, thank you for your comments. Metrobus, we are currently looking at enhancing our route, redesigning our bus network. We have an internal committee that the plan right now is to start looking at routes again come midsummer, like July, I want to say. And once we have that study complete, we'll be looking to make changes within our service area. So I have the notes here. I know we have the letter. We're going to add that to part of our changes, part of our potential changes,
Yeah.
and we will be in touch.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds wonderful.
Thank you for your comments.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Is that,
Thank you.
can I leave?
If you can leave or stay, it's about another 15 minutes and we're out of here too.
Yeah.
We don't like to stay in Sartell too long.
5 o'clock's coming.
Yeah, you guys are like quick. Thank you
See
so
ya.
much. Thanks
Yeah,
for
thank
hearing
you.
me out. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I know. Number 9 and 10 are gone.
Yeah.
Number 11.
Vice Chair and Commissioners, before you, you have a Equal Opportunity Employment Affirmative Action Plan. This document is updated every 4 years as required by the Federal Transit Administration. It currently reflects our current numbers, and Sunny Hess, our Director of Human Resources, is in charge of this plan. If you remember 4 years ago, the document was much larger, it was 150 pages, so we kind of condensed it to more information relevant to Metrobus. A lot of things could change in 4 years as far as hiring, more males, more females, more minorities, Hispanics, so on and so forth. So this document reflects that and just keeping the requirements of the FTA's requirements. So if there are no questions, I would take a motion to approve this document.
Motion approved.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. And item number 12.
And Vice Chair and Commissioners, before this meeting, we held a public hearing meeting to seek comments from the public with regards to our potential fare increase to the Sartell Connect service. We heard from numerous customers via mail letters, via email letters, and we had a member from the public actually spoke on behalf of himself, I say.
Yeah.
So we'll take a motion to approve the potential fare increase if there are no further discussions.
Motion approved.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, and item number 13.
With that
Yeah,
cough,
we should quarantine him. Not here, but
and some Lysol spray before I
come on,
talk.
St. Stephen.
There you go.
Just want to provide you a brief update with the COVID-19 and what Metrobus is doing in light of their everyday things are changing, drastically by the hour. It seems like as far as different rules, regulations, policies that are set forth from not only state government but from the White House administration. So Metrobus has been and will continue to clean and wipe down all our buses daily. We have disinfectant wipes available for all operators at our operations center, at our transfer station, and we also have the little bottles, the sanitizer bottles that the operators could take with them at any time. We will continue to do that. We will monitor the situation daily. We are following the CDC recommendations. We also follow the World Health Organization recommendations, encouraging everybody to wash their hands every 20 seconds. Doorknobs, if you touch a door, just want to promote the healthy lifestyle, which is what we've been doing. But since now this COVID-19 has come to light, we just want to continue to enforce that we are taking steps to try to protect our employees, but also protect the public as well, because we are a public service. At the transit station, like I mentioned before, we have the wipes. The operators take the wipes with them daily. They like to wipe down the steering wheel. That's after our cleaning team has already wiped down the bus. This is like another second step. Operators know to change buses daily. So we also have the constant wipes readily available to use for the operators should they want to wipe down the steering wheel, wipe down their operator compartment area. And we will continue to do that, and we will also continue to monitor any updates from the governor's office or from the White House administration. Any questions?
Hand sanitizer for bus drivers, you said?
Yeah, for the operators and employees. Mhm.
Is there
Put your
anything,
hands up, but it works.
any consideration on the fixed route? Someone coming on, trying to pay a bus fare, feels like right almost in the face of an operator. Anything we can do there during this time?
Well, we have our ventilation system aboard our buses, which actually has new fly buses are designed in such a way that we can allow for a lot more fresh air into the bus as possible, instead of having to recirculate the air. So we do have that option for the operators, and it's operator control, where they can allow as much fresh air into the bus as possible. And we always promote to have the side window open, so the air can just pass through, and it's not just recirculated into the bus. But in situations like that, we can't deny a ride, and we don't want to tell a customer, "Oh, can you stand back because you're all in my face." We want to still promote customer service too at the same time. But we have these different things in place that we could allow for as much fresh air as possible, so that germs are not just circulated right in that fare box.
I did see
Operating
one bus
compartment.
driver the other day that had a mask on, so they have that option.
Right, and they have the option to PPE equipment as well.
And we're providing that?
We have some masks. We don't have a lot of masks. We have gloves, and we have a handful of masks, but we don't have a high rate of operators asking for the masks.
Okay.
It's mostly the gloves that we have.
But if we do have operators asking for it, that's something we would provide?
Yeah, we will provide, yeah.
Peter, you use some gloves? Just curious.
And my idea is, I've been here long enough that I feel like I'm immune to it. And to answer your question, I know what you're saying. I'll be honest with you, it's lots of times it's a free fare.
Yeah, just get back.
Yeah, because
Yep.
I know we're in public hearing, but people pull money out of different areas of their body and they can't get the dollar bill in. Free fare, get me next time.
Yep.
Pay the next bus.
And honest, personally speaking, I'd rather see that than have them sit there and fumble and be coughing and everything else.
Yeah.
I think we need to make sure we're a solid employer during all of this. So,
All right, any other comments? Anybody got anything else?
No, that's all I have.
I think that's it.
I'd recommend Rick self-quarantine for 14 days.
I did that, not by myself, though.
I'd recommend he does it again by himself.
All right, we are adjourned at 4:13.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Pete. Appreciate it. Thanks, Pete.
My 14 days are over, I got off that ship
Until
on,
next month?
I got off the ship on.
Let's do,
I wasn't again.
I think we're always in Saw Grab. I was gonna say Wheat Park, but no, whatever.
There's something to do there either.